So about a month ago, in October, around the first part of October, I was standing here to the east.
You got mail.
And I was looking out at the Bering Sea, which you can see right there. And I just came over, looked over, panned over, and right at the top of that far hill, as you see here in the middle of the screen, that right-hand side, the brown spot, right above that is the peak. And that's where I saw this about 20 feet above, I'd say about 20 feet above that peak, this black object. It was the shape of, it was round on the top and sliced flat on the bottom like a half moon, but thinner than a half moon. It was about 20 feet wide, probably about 10, 15 feet tall. And I watched it, and it dipped down and was about 30 feet above the ground. As I watched it really slowly, it just flew straight across and started coming through, and this all happened in about 15 seconds. And I'm watching it as it's flying down, very quiet. I actually opened the window right here and looked out this way from the screen, and it got right about to, you can see this gold dredging plant way in the distance right there, right in the middle of my finger. So what happened was I lost sight of it, and right there is where the road is, the highway, the main highway is, the only paved road we have here in Nome. And just on the other side of it, it dips down sharply into the Bering Sea. So I lost sight of this thing, and what I did was I ran very quickly through my apartment to the back, because I knew my window back here would afford me more of a view. Now, as you can see, there is that processing plant that I just pointed out. Now you see all of this. What happened was, let me open the window here. I can't get the window open. Anyway, what happened was, it went beyond that. It went across the road. You can see that car. There's a car down there, which is right there. You can see a couple cars passing it right now. It basically, as it went across the road, basically the bottom of the road, there was no snow yet, the bottom of the road made a swirling motion on both sides of the craft, almost like jet propulsion was facing down, arcing down, as this thing went across the road. And then it dipped down into the Bering Sea, and I lost sight of it, and that was it. And this whole time that I saw this thing, I could have gotten video, but I was in such shock. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I saw this thing, and it just slowly drifted down. You know, it wasn't bobbling. It had purpose. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't a bird. It was very shiny. It was round on the top and flat in the middle. And basically, it was like the size of half of a football. And it was very black and very shiny. And it was very small, like I said, about 20 feet wide. And it dipped down over the road. And as I said, it went over the road. It was about 20 feet above the road. And the bottom of the road swirled, round swirls, like you'd see from a Harrier jet. When the engines are pointed downwards, that's what it did. The dirt on the road, because the road here is not paved. It's where that truck you see right now, that's about where the state line, the county line is, right there up Nome. And then from there back to this way, it turns to dirt. So the dirt swirled on both sides, and it was really weird. And then it just dipped down by where you see that car in the far distance there. There's a little house right there, and it's right there. That's the car, and it just dipped down where you can't see the shore, and I didn't see it go back up again, and I never ran down there because it was too far from where I'm at, and that was it. And that's basically what happened. So it started up there, which is only about a quarter of a mile away, if that, and it just slowly levitated in a straight motion towards the Bering Sea. And it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was jet black, and it went just above that prospecting plant right there, which is now lies dormant. And then right from there it went across, right to the road, which is right there. And as it went over that road, it made the swirling marks, and then it just dipped down and it was gone, and I never saw it go back up. And I don't know what happened to it. It must have went from a UFO to a USO, an unidentified submersible object. It's the only thing I can think of. It wasn't a model. It was no airplane. I don't know what it was, but it happened. It was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am still in shock, and I kicked myself in the ass for not having videotaped this thing, because I could have gotten it all on videotape, and you can see how close I am. It's not even a half a mile away as it happened, as the crow flies. And then it just, as I said, it dipped down and went to the shore of the Bering Sea right there, and that was the last I saw of it. They said it was about 20 feet round, flat on the bottom, a round half dome on top. It was jet black and very shiny. There was no engines anywhere. It was completely uniform. It was just one sleek type of unidentified flying object. I don't know what it is. I've never seen anything like it. I had the visual craft in 1969 when me and my family saw it up close, about 200, 300 yards away, hovering about 500 feet above the ground, and that's when it all started in 1969. But this was nothing like that, and this was in the daytime, as you can see. And that's it. That's what happened here in Nome, Alaska, back in the middle of October. And today is, what, December 2nd. Thank you.